What's up guys, it's your boy Ryan again, back with another video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make GoPro videos. Consider this the most epic beginner's guide. So if you're new to GoPros or you want to get faster and you want to get good at making GoPro videos, this is your video. So if you're down, let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to touch on, like I do in all my videos, is what equipment you need to make this happen. I'm going to keep this very quick. Number one, you need to know where this video is going. Is it going on Instagram feed or story, or is it going on YouTube, or is it going on Facebook? Because they have different aspect ratios for each. If it's going on Instagram, you want to make sure you're filming with a vertical mount. This one's from GoPro. I'll link it in the description. The vertical mount will shoot in the portrait aspect ratio, which is perfect for Instagram. If it's going on YouTube, you want to film in widescreen, this is the mount that comes with the actual GoPro. It's 1080 by 1920, so it's wide and it works perfectly. So that is the equipment you need. Just know where this video is going to go before you start shooting. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you now, consider this the most epic guide to how to make GoPro videos. I'm going to teach you how to film, how to shoot, how to edit, and how to put all this together so you have a fast-paced, energetic, awesome video on your Instagram feed or story or YouTube or wherever you want this video to go. But I would urge you first to start with Instagram, specifically stories. Start making quick edits, because the faster and the better you get at these, the better your content is going to be. More people are going to like it, more people are going to watch it. But there is a learning curve, and as you'll see, you're going to have to practice. And the more you make, the better you get, the quicker you get at it. Film and document your life. Film and make your own life look cool. Don't just think that you have to travel. You don't have to have that to make yourself look awesome. As you'll see in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the most boring thing look cool when I show you how to edit and film. Don't let the travel aspect stop you from creating. So let's get into the settings you need to make this happen, and I'll be brief with this. Number one, I'm going to urge you to film in 2.7K. Avoid the 4K unless you have a machine that can process massive files. And chances are, if you're watching this video and you're a beginner at GoPro videos, you don't. So stick with 2.7K. I would like to film in 2.7K wide using GoPro's auto settings. Don't start messing with the Pro Tunes and all that until you get good and you're used to it. You can color grade, because what I'm going to show you, again, this is how to quickly do this and get your feet wet. Like, GoPro's auto settings are awesome. So use 2.7K wide auto. And if you don't like the wide fisheye look, you can use 2.7K linear, and that will give it a more flat look. But I prefer to use the wide. I just think it looks better. I polled my audience on Instagram. If you're not following me, you should. Links in the description. And they seem to like the wide better than the linear. So it's up to you. Again, this is your videos. This is your creativity. Do what you want. But stick with 2.7K so you can actually edit the footage that you're shooting. Okay, so now that we know the equipment and the settings, let's get into some specifics on how to film your GoPro videos. So number one, and this is the most important part of filming and making videos that people want, and I urge you to get this because this will trump any bad filming or anything. Just always tell a story. And a lot of people say this, but they don't really explain what it is. Use what's called a three-part narrative. A story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. I want to get a sugar-free Red Bull. I'm going to go get one from the fridge. I'm going to drink one. I'm going to throw it away. Beginning is I want to get a sugar-free Red Bull. Middle is I'm going to go get one and drink it. End is throwing it away. Beginning, middle, end. Do that for everything. I want to go to the park today. I want to film I'm going to the park. I'm at the park. I'm leaving the park. Beginning, middle, end. Get good at that because it is the most important part. Excuse me. Sorry, I have to take a phone call.
A few moments later.
The number two part of how to film is something that I've gotten very good at, and I would urge you to get very good at, and that is what's called shooting to edit. And what this means is before you start filming and you turn on the camera, you know exactly what you're going to film. You've already thought about it. Now, this works very well with the three-part narrative. So if you know that you want to go do this, you take shots of you going there, you doing it, you leaving. You don't take a bunch of useless footage and end up with just stacks of footage on your SD card that you're never going to use and or edit. So shooting to edit, there's a lot about it, but it really is just having a plan and knowing what you're going to shoot before you go and shoot it. And it is the way that I urge all of you aspiring GoPro creators to learn how to do, because it makes the editing process faster because you know exactly what you're going to shoot. The editing is more like a puzzle, and it's not like you're sitting there at this screen going, how am I going to put all this together? Even these videos that I'm making, I'm shooting to edit because I'm scripting them out and I'm talking about specific things and I have notes and I know exactly what I'm doing. I do this with my GoPro videos for my Instagram. I do it with everything. So tell a story, beginning, middle, end, and know what you're going to shoot before you shoot it. Okay, number 3, and this is actually really important, but GoPro really does a good job at helping you because they have hyper smooth stabilization on the Hero 7 Black and the newer cameras that are probably going to come out here shortly. But you want to keep a steady hand. Don't be jumpy. Be smooth with your movements. Keep the camera moving just ever so slightly, but have a good grip on it. Just be smooth. Don't be jerky. If you get a clip where it is, just don't use it. Go refilm it. Take some time, take some proper. When you're shooting to edit and you know what you're filming, you get good at taking good quality clips because you know exactly what you're going to shoot. Okay? But just get good at being smooth. And I would urge you to not just hold the camera. Move the camera a little bit. One of my favorite ones is this thing. It's like a little twist or just a slow side to side. Get creative with it. But a fixed camera, yes, you can hold it good, but it just doesn't create like this energy or this vibe. So I would urge you to move it a little bit, but just have a good grip on it. Maybe use 2 hands if you want, if you can, but just be mindful to keep a steady hand. Number 4 is less but more meaningful clips. What this means is you're gonna shoot less footage, so you're not buried trying to sift through all the crap that you shot, but you know what you're shooting and you're just gonna shoot shorter clips that really get the point, okay? And this, again, takes practice. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it is. You will film videos. You will probably mess up, but that's a part of the game. That's why it's how you get good. That's why videos are awesome. You know, you have to get out there, shoot, and practice. So what I mean by less meaningful clips is just don't shoot a bunch of different shots of the same thing. Okay? If you just want to make the point across that somebody's walking, shoot one clip of them walking. You don't have to shoot from the front, you don't have to shoot from the back, you don't have to shoot from the side, you have to shoot a point of view. One good clip gets the point home. And when you're doing the 3-part narrative, beginning, middle, end, you just fit it together with good clips. And like I urge you to start with Instagram, the videos are short. So I urge you to get good at producing these faster, shorter types of videos, because then you're not like this is crazy editing where it's all kinds of shit going on and you're losing the viewer because there's just too much going on. Tell a good story. You almost want to slow the film down to let people see what you're actually doing. This is actually really good for building influence and getting people to follow you because it kind of succumb and you pull them into your day-to-day life. Okay, so now I want to talk about music. Okay, because I believe music is very important. It obviously sets the mood and the tone for the videos that you're producing, but it is also probably one of the biggest pains when it comes to putting together a good quality video, because music is usually copyrighted and you have to kind of figure out how to either get around that or find a good uncopyrighted song that you can use. Now, if you're doing videos for Instagram stories, there are no copywriting laws. Because I guess it disappears in 24 hours, you can use popular music if you're doing videos for Instagram stories. I know that because I've done hundreds of them. If it's going on the feed, you have to use royalty-free music that's uncopyrighted. Same thing with Facebook and same thing with YouTube. Now, there is a little hack to get around that, but if you're going for longevity, I don't suggest it. You can speed up the song by about 3% in editing. Shh, don't tell anybody. And you can use popular songs. It changes the sound waves, but it's not copyrighted. But eventually, I would urge you guys to invest in some royalty-free music or just get good at finding royalty-free music. You can type in royalty-free EDM, royalty-free pop, royalty-free rap, and you'll find a ton of different YouTube videos. And usually all they ask is you put their name and the song name and the creator in your YouTube or your description. That's cool, whatever. There's a lot of SoundCloud people that make royalty-free music. But I think it's cool to credit the source. Or you can join a service like Epidemic Sound, or there's a few other ones that I think it's like a monthly subscription and you can download and use whatever you want. So that is my rant on music, and the purpose of music is obviously set the energy and the mood. Like shooting the edit, it always does kind of help to have a song in mind before you start shooting and editing. That's not a fixed rule. You don't have to do that, but it just, in my opinion, helps. And I'm going to show you guys when I tell you how to edit, that's how to match up the bars so your cuts match up with the music and you create really good seamless videos. So that's my rant on music. Use it at your discretion. But it just sucks when you get nailed for copyright claims when you spend hours editing. So do your due diligence. Okay, so now I want to talk about transitions, because if we're going with the shooting to edit aspect of the 3-part narrative and less but meaningful clips, your cuts and transitions become very important, and they are like putting the pieces to the puzzle together. So the first thing, and this is where I urge most people to start, especially if you're new to creating videos, is just get good at quick cuts. Here is a video of me getting a Red Bull using nothing but quick cuts. There are no transitions. It is just hard, like jump cuts and quick cuts, just from one scene to the next. It's very fast. It's very bop, bop, bop in your face. Now, the next thing that you can do, and this is really where I urge you to kind of, with quick cuts, is to shoot the less but meaningful clips. Because you really only have like 3 to 5 seconds per clip to keep the video engaging. If it's going on YouTube, it's usually a little bit longer, but for Instagram, you want to like keep a clip like 3 to 5 seconds. So you're shooting more shorter clips and piecing them together in the edit, matching them up with the music. This is not something I would urge you to stay on for a while. I personally like to do what I'm going to show you guys next, and that is use in-camera transitions. Now, what an in-camera transition is where you're relying on the camera to do the editing for you for the most part. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but an in-camera transition, and there's one specifically that I think you should get good at, and that is the whip transition. But before I get into the whip transition, here is that same GoPro, the same video I just showed you with quick cuts using transitions. As you can see, in my opinion, the transition video does flow a little better. It's more energetic, it moves with the eyes, and really the only transition I used in that video was what I call the whip transition. And a whip transition, what that is if you are holding the camera here and you quickly turn it to one side, quickly turn it to the other side, go up, go down, spin it in circles, doesn't matter, you are just whipping the camera in a different direction. So then when you come in with the next shot, you are keeping it and coming in at the same direction. So for example, if I was shooting me filming this camera with my GoPro, I would do this, stop, and then whip left. Okay, now the next shot, because I whipped left and I know what I shot, I'm gonna come in left to right, or right to left, like that. And then let's say the next one I want it to go up, then the next clip will come in from bottom to the top. So just be mindful of the direction at which you are moving people's eyes, and it creates a really engaging video when you do this properly. And I'm going to show you in the editing how to do this. But really, once you know your transitions, it creates what's called a motion blur. And the motion blur, you cut it when everything blurs out, and you piece in the new clip, and boom, it's like this seamless transition. And when you add in the music beat right at the cut, it just creates this seamless transition, and it's good for the eyes and the ears, and it is good for the viewer because it is engaging and it's smooth on the eyes. You want to avoid going like left to right, up to down. Like, you want to keep it smooth. The video should flow. And this is where a lot of people mess up when they start doing all these quick cuts and all this different stuff. The video loses its flow. Keep a good, smooth flow to your video, and I promise they will get shared, they will get engagement, and you will get better and better and better. So that is my rant on in-camera transitions. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the behind the scenes, and we're gonna go to my screen, and I'm gonna show you how I edit both the quick cut video and the transition video, and I'm gonna show you how I match it up to music to round this out and make it the most epic GoPro tutorial video you've ever seen on how to make GoPro videos. So if you're down, let's go right into my computer. I think I forgot to say before I get into editing this video is actually what editing software you should use, and this is up for debate. This is not set in stone. You can do what you want, but in my opinion, if you have a PC or a Mac, if you have a Mac, I urge you to get the software called ScreenFlow. It's a one-time $129 purchase. If you plan to get serious with GoPro editing, you will need to upgrade to an editing software, and ScreenFlow, in my opinion, for a Mac it's just super simple, super easy, as you'll see how quick I'm able to do things. As well as if you have a PC, the same company that owns ScreenFlow owns a company called Camtasia, and I recommend you get Camtasia for if you have a PC. Now, these are one-time purchases. I think the Camtasia is a little more than ScreenFlow, But if you go into Premiere Pro, there's a really big learning curve. And it is $30 a month. And once you start that $30 a month, it's going to continue forever because you're going to be making more and more videos. As well as Final Cut, I think that's a big upfront cost. But the reason I say start with ScreenFlow, because relatively speaking, it's a low front end investment. And then once you get good with the basics of editing, you can upgrade to Premiere Pro later. Totally up to you though. If you want to start with Premiere Pro, everything I'm going to show you is universal across any editing platform. So let's get into me editing the footage. What's up guys, Ryan back here. Now we are looking at my screen, and the first thing I want to show you guys is obviously a little bit of how to get music. And the reason I love ScreenFlow, and that's my editing software of choice, is because you can literally just record any song you want from your screen. So as you can see here, I have this Goblins from Mars song. It's royalty free, copyright free, YouTube music. And one thing I always like to check is just that you can see this one. They do ask that you repost this if you're posting this to YouTube and using their song. Being that most of the stuff I do for videos for Instagram goes into my stories and things like that. Like I said on the video, you don't really have to have royalty free for that. But if you're doing stuff for YouTube, make sure to give credit to the source. And really all you do, obviously I'm recording my screen right now, so I can't record this to show you, but I just record the part of the song that I want, and it saves it as a file onto my computer. So that's like the music aspect. Naturally, I could have just clicked this link in here and downloaded the whole song, but I only really look for like the parts of the song that I really like. And that's just a tip. If you hear a song and you like a certain part, you can always just grab that. That's why I like using ScreenFlow. So now I'm going to open up my editing. Don't judge me by my cluttered desktop here. I'm going to go ahead and show you the first video, which was no transitions and quick cut. So this is the file. Let me give that a second to open up. I know there might be a little bit of a lag going on here. I apologize for that. But this is the edited video. Now, I wasn't a step-by-step edit for you, but I don't want to take too much of your time. But I figure you guys are smart. You can get the gist of what's going on. So here is the screen recording of the song, which once you drag the recording of the song here, all you do is detach the audio, delete the screen recording, and now I have my finished audio file. And really the basics of editing are this. So and then here is the actual clips. Now I filmed this all in one shot because it was a very fast video. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'll have like multiple clips. I'll have some longer ones. So you got to kind of sift through and find the clips. First thing I do, this one, obviously I'm editing it for Instagram stories. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up to size here. Make sure it's centered. And really you're just looking for those little clips. Like here's me thinking about getting a Red Bull. So right here, I'm just going to think. And then that little part right there where I move my head, we just go ahead and cut that right there because that's our first clip. And as you can see here, I did that over here. I apologize if my computer's running slow. So like here's all the clips. Basically I just sifted through. Here's me thinking, staring at the camera, I think. And being that it's a quick cut video, now I'm just going to make sure it falls on a beat where it makes sense. So you can see when you spread the audios, here is the actual beat. See, I didn't even actually match this up super perfect when I did the editing because I was doing it fast, but here's the beat. So you just bit. And now when you hear that part of the song, as soon as that boom happens, that's where the cut happens. Now we'll go into the second clip here. So now obviously the second clip was just me at the fridge. So here, so that it made sense to me. I have my hand on the fridge, then the fridge opens. Now the next clip, because I know what I shot, was from inside the fridge. So naturally, I try to match up where the doors open. I try not to mess that up. So wherever the door is open, I try to open it at the same part on the next clip. That's just like little me being a perfectionist. But here we'll find a good beat. So this is kind of a, right here, it kind of makes it, it's a good spot. So we're going to move that over here. So now let's watch this again. Now because I'm recording, it's not going super fast. But you can hear that there's different parts of the song. There's like the dunk dunk, and then there's like the other. So that's where you want the cuts to be whenever it makes. And then it opens up. I'm gonna grab the Red Bull, come out, and I could have taken this to where it falls all the way in, but I left it a little bit open. See, now we're looking at the beats here. Here they are. Now the next clip is going to be right here, and that's just me drinking it. Like I said, if you add movement to it, it does tend to make it look good. And then here, there's another beat, so we're gonna squish that over a little bit, because you can hear the beats when you're scrubbing the sound. Boom, and you can see them in the. You can like this little. You can hear the beats, and you can see them when you expand the timeline. And then right here, we're gonna go and pop this right in here. And then it fades out. So what I like to do is, I like to add in the ending, the beginning, so it fades in and fades out. This is completely preference and up to you. But boom, see how it fades in there. You don't have to have that. You can just start it where the video starts right away. So let's give this a watch. And this is pretty much identical to what you already saw that I already played in this video. But I mean, every time I edit, and it's over. So that is the quick cut video. And then I would hit file, I would go to export, and I have a video where I talk about GoPro video settings. I would name it. I like to do customize. I like to do 18,000. Now this is different for every editing software, so you got to find the optimal export settings for your software. And then I would go ahead and hit OK. And then we would go here to 1080 by 1920 because we're doing this for stories. And then we would hit export. And that would be the quick cut video. Now, I hope that kind of explained it, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of how it works. But here, one more time, let's just look at the file. And really, you're just sifting through, and you're just looking for the clips that you like, and then you're cutting them and using them in the timeline. Like I said, this is the basics of video editing. Like, using just music and cuts. Like, it doesn't get much more complicated than this, but as you can see here, this is like everything I filmed. So I'm just going through and scrubbing and finding the best places to go right here. Split clip, and you just cut out all the stuff you don't need, and you're good to go. So that is the make the quick cuts video. Let's do the transition video real quick. Now this is gonna be, I did exactly the same thing, same song, same everything, but instead of here, so you see I just added a little bit of movement. So I move it out here. I'm thinking about a Red Bull. Now remember the whip transitions I was talking about. So right here, I just literally, if I move this out, you can see all I did here, so I don't lose my place, I'm going to cut the clip right there. All I did was whip the camera to turn it around. Now, the next shot, like I said in the video, comes in, and it's just moving in the same direction. So, nice and smooth. I open the fridge, I time that in one shot, I come in, I reach for the Red Bull, I pulled it out, and then I whip the camera up. See the blur? Now I'm going to come through here, and now the camera is moving up. Nice and seamless on the eyes. Then I whip the camera to the left there, and then the next part of the camera is coming down. See, that could have been a little smoother of a transition. I could have just gone straight down, but still, it still works. It doesn't have to always be perfect. Boom, throw the Red Bull away, and then back it out, and then fade it away. So, I mean, that's really the gist of it. So when you take these, when you're messing with these, so you can see the full clip, like, split it right there. So I just cut it right there, but then if I kept the thing going, it just the camera just kind of falls down. You just want to cut it at the part that makes the most sense and is the smoothest for the eye. And then literally the next, like I said, it pieces together like a puzzle. Boom. And that's it. That's how you edit with transition. Boom. So one more time. Out. Whip the camera to the left. Come in.
grab the Red Bull, whip it up, see the blur. Now the next shot is coming up. And again, you can see that I'm basing it on the beats here. So every time there's a transition, there's a beat. That's it. That's how you edit to transitions, and you edit quick cut videos to music. So I hope this is helpful. I'm going to go ahead and back and talk to you guys with the camera.
All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I put a lot of time and effort to make this the best guide that you've ever seen on how to make GoPro videos as a beginner's guide. So if you like this video, please hit that like, the thumbs up button, give me a thumbs up, write a comment, let me know what you thought. Like I said, I put a lot of time into these videos, and I want to help you guys create epic GoPro videos quickly, effortlessly, to showcase your life. Because I believe that the GoPro is such an awesome little camera, and it makes your Instagram, it makes you showing your life and documenting it just so much fun and in a good creative way. So with that said, I have a bunch of other videos related to GoPros. I urge you, if you're new to this and you want to get good, GoPro takes awesome photos. I have an awesome 22-minute tutorial and playlist I will post up here that you can check out, as well as there's links in the description to show you all the settings and everything that I do, as well as there's a link to my Instagram down there. You can see a lot of the videos and stuff that I put out. I take pictures, I post videos to my stories, I do a lot of fun stuff over there. So again, here is that 22-minute tutorial. It's up here in the cards and on the screen, as well as subscribe, hit that bell button, and I'll be back with a new video next week. Peace.